reporter responsible for releasing the Twitter files this week and revealing why the drop was delayed. Matt Taibbi tweeting this. On Tuesday, Twitter Deputy General Counsel and former FBI General Counsel Jim Baker, James Baker, was fired among the reasons vetting the first batch of Twitter files without the knowledge of new management. Here to weigh in, Ohio Congressman and member of the House Oversight Committee, Jim Jordan, soon to be chairman. Congressman, how unbelievable is it that James Baker of the FBI goes to Twitter and is still there and still has his hand on the scale here?
Yeah, well, even last weekend, I guess he's still looking at the emails that are going to Taibbi and that are going out to the public. So talk about the fox watching the hen house here. I mean, come on. So remember, this guy was the chief counsel at the FBI 2016, 2017, when they were spying on President Trump's campaign and President Trump. And then, of course, he goes to Twitter, and he's the counsel who's making the decision, oh, it's reasonable to assume that the Hunter Biden story, just days before the most important election we have, it's reasonable to assume, he said, that that's a hack and leak operation from the Russians, and which we knew wasn't. And then, of course, now he's doing this over last weekend, and of course he was fired yesterday. So this just shows big tech, big media, big government working together to keep information from we the people. That's the problem. And what I'm committed to doing, what the members of the Republican members on the judiciary are committed to do, is get into the FBI's role in all this, those weekly briefings they were doing with big tech on the heels of that letter from 51 former intel officials that said it was a Russian disinformation operation. Baloney. They knew it was baloney, and yet they were doing these briefings. So that's the big problem. So
he got fired. But why was he even there to begin with? And what I wonder about, James Baker's all over the Mueller report. He's all over the Durham report. And he's disgraced. We all know that, except for the FBI and most of the Democratic organs, which is basically CNN and MSNBC. Why was he there up until Sunday? And was he able to work with his cyber contacts and legal knowledge to somehow suppress things permanently?
I mean, we don't know. We hope not. We want to get all the facts out there, because the more the facts gets out there, the better we have, a better chance we have of making sure this doesn't happen in the future. But you're exactly right. This Jim Baker's all over everything. He's the one that Zussman came to initially with the file on the Alpha Bank, which was a bunch of garbage. He personally knew Zussman. Zussman was Hillary Clinton's lawyer. He's all over the Durham investigation. So, yeah, this guy's got connections throughout this. We'll just have to wait and see what Barry Weiss and others uncover and what Elon Musk continues to release.
And, Jim, when they come out, Matt Taibbi says he doesn't see any government involved with the Twitter and the New York Post story and account being frozen and the laptop being looked at as Russian disinformation. No government involvement. Can you echo that?
No, I mean, come on, maybe not direct, but we'll see. But certainly indirect. They're briefing everybody it went from, months to every week they were doing it in the run-up to the most important election we have. And never forget this, Brian. My colleague said it best in committee a few months ago. But when is the FBI just going to stay out of elections? In 2016, they spied on President Trump's campaign. 2018 was the Mueller investigation. 2020, they were doing these briefings to suppress the Hunter Biden story that led to the suppression of the Hunter Biden story. 2022, 91 days before the election, they raid President Trump's home. And then a couple weeks ago, 3 days after President Trump announces he's running for the White House in 2024, they name a special counsel who's going to harass him for the next 2 years. Maybe it'd be nice if they just let we the people, let the American people decide who we want to be president, who we want representing us in the United States Congress. Just let the people decide. Stay out of it, for goodness sake.
Remember Eric Holder, the Fast and Furious campaign, putting guns into Mexico? Well, the ATF is set to destroy those guns associated with the Obama-era Fast and Furious scandal. Are you okay with that?
Heck no. And I doubt that Brian Terry's family's okay with it either. I mean, remember what they did here, too. They gave guns, sold guns to known straw purchasers. They had this crazy idea that we're going to track guns and figure out the bad guys who were doing it. What wound up happening is bad guys got a hold of those guns, and Brian Terry lost his life, a brave Border Patrol agent, and now they want to get rid of the evidence. Why? There's a criminal case going on as we speak in Mexico related to this crazy Fast and Furious idea that the Obama-Biden administration undertook a few years ago. I think you can keep the evidence just to make sure the people who are accountable for this are held accountable.
All right, Jim Jordan, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
You bet.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.